You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Third hour, wide open phones, special reports, breaking news. It's all coming up. Let's talk to Harry, then Regina, then Jay, then Kelly, Ron, and others. 800-259-9231. Harry, thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'd like to talk about the weaponization of country music the same way that rap and hip-hop was weaponized.
Oh, yeah, they're turning it into gangster, thug, white trashism. Absolutely.
It's disgusting. I grew up listening to country, you know, Hank and Merle and Waylon, and they call it new young country, and it's specifically targeted at young kids, like prepubescents and teenagers.
And it's basically a CIA version of black gangster rap for country.
And it's going in the exact same direction. And in a few years, you're going to be seeing the same kind of stuff that's going on in that kind of culture with young white kids that were into country music. It's really weird how they can do that to
well, they can't have anybody be moral. They got to degenerate you down. You know, your parents don't spend time with you. I guarantee you, every time I've studied these thugs that killed people and aren't sorry, they always were just kept in a crib and crap-filled diapers, you know, by welfare moms, and they just hate everybody and just don't feel loved and are just pathetic.
Yep. Yeah, one more thing I wanted to say is that I went and seen American Sniper, and at the very end of when he leaves the house after pointing the gun at his wife, you know, like Chris Kyle supposedly pointed a gun at his wife. That was really stupid. But at the end of the movie, it says right after this, Chris Kyle was killed by a veteran. They didn't elaborate on that at all. They just
that's right, and it's the perfect psyop to then the new enemy is the veteran. So it's the cherry on top, all fitting into the Justice Department propaganda. And we've looked into it. Clearly, that was all made up. They killed Kyle because it would make him even a bigger hero to be dead. And that should be a warning to everybody that goes along with these psyops.
Yeah, but I was pretty disgusted. I'm a veteran. I served in Iraq for 13 months, and I was pretty disgusted about that movie. So,
well, I know this. The Army will not engage, and I'm not saying the Army's perfect, in that type of PR baloney. I mean, it is just over the top. But the Navy's in competition with the Army, and they want their own Army. And so they've gone from 2 SEAL teams to like probably 20 now. They say there's 10. And they just act like, you know, it's Superman or something. And the truth is, it is really dangerous jobs, and I think the average SEAL's, you know, really a great patriotic person, but this is all just meant to get kids to join the military. It's all a giant PR stunt. I'll say, watching the movie, you know, I grew up in East Texas, Northeast Texas and East Texas. We got a ranch in Central East Texas. And I know so many people, just like Chris Kyle, that will help you change your tire, will come help you roof your house. You can, you know, give them, you know, money to keep for 10 years. You come back, it'll be there. They're very honorable people on average, folks like that. But they are also very gullible and will really buy into propaganda and are killing machines. And some people have family in the military. It's just smart people when it comes to, but they just are tribal, and they will follow orders, and they'll do whatever they're told, and that's why you have such heavy recruiting for special operations in the CIA out of Texas and places like that, because they take sheepdogs and turn them into wolves, and they don't even ever know they're wolves. Isn't that sad?
Yeah, it is sad. It's disgusting.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. We'll be back. Infowars.com, prisonplanet.com are the websites. Regina and Jay and everybody, we're going to come right back to you. 888-259-9231. I know the State of the Union already happened, but David Knight did an analysis of it for the Nightly News last night that was so powerful. We're going to play that at the bottom of the next hour, or this hour. Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation. The exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Most forms of vitamin B12 are highly processed and synthetic and could not be properly absorbed by the body. Secret 12 is a binary of nutramedical grade, bioavailable coenzyme forms of B12, methylcobalamin, the same kind used in B12 injections, and adenosylcobalamin, the most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Discover the secret. Secret 12. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
Alex Jones here. For the last 2 years, I've been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to design a nutraceutical formulation that has truly life-changing health benefits. So many other formulations out there contain toxic ingredients, synthetic additives, and even GMOs. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. For a limited time, get 25% off on this introductory offer. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139. That's InfoWarsLife.com.
Take you live to the Central Texas Command Center and the heart of the resistance. It's Alex Jones.
We're talking about the state of the world. They've got the State of the World Economic Forum going right now. Lots of globalist propaganda coming out of there. That's coming up after we take a bunch of phone calls. We're also going to look at backwards Clintons praise Saudi's king, humanitarian efforts. Sending Al-Qaeda into Syria? We're going to be looking at that. I mean, you watch the news and they act like Syria, never had Saudi Arabia involved, or Saudi Arabia is battling ISIS. It's in mainline news from 2 years ago, and then even last year when they renamed it ISIS or ISIL, that Saudi Arabia is funding them. I mean, it's just, you watch this and you'd think that the king of Saudi Arabia was Santa Claus. But let's go to your phone calls right now. Ahead of that other news I'm going to be getting to. Let's go to Regina in Florida. Thanks for calling, Regina.
Hi, Alex. Are you there?
I sure am.
How you doing today? I tell you, this world's so messed up. I don't even know where to begin. I would like to teach your listeners something about a federal code, if I could.
Sure. We've got totally open phones today on any subject you want to raise. Just get to it.
All right. there's a federal code that we were teaching people back when I was like 19. I'm 43 now. I've been awake for years and years and years. It's UCC 1-207.7. Now, what this code says is that you can take your ID, you can take your insurance, you can take your registrations and your tags, and you can shove them where the sun doesn't shine. What we would do is Atlanta APD would set up roadblocks, which are unconstitutional and illegal. So there was this little group of us that knew what was going on. So we would find out where the roadblock was and purposely have our friend, who had an international driver's license, drive through with her little white beat-up old car. I don't even remember what it was. No tags, no insurance, no driver's license, and nobody in the car had ID. We would drive through the roadblock with a big poster that said UCC 1-207.7.
Yeah, well, that's like the illegal aliens are above the law and don't have to have IDs or proper license plates or anything. And there are a lot of codes out there that deal with the fact of the right to travel. I appreciate your call. Let me address this now, because there's a lot of brainwashing out there, both patriot mythology on one end that's wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying some people are about their interpretations. And then the mythology the police are taught. It is not a privilege to drive or travel. It is a privilege in states to engage in commerce on public right-of-ways that are paid for by taxpayers. And so they began the driver's license in New Jersey and New York in the late 1920s, early 30s, depending on the area. They used class warfare. They said, these trucks are tearing up the new roads, and they're making money, so we're going to make them pay a fee for the roads. So that's where the privilege garbage started. I've got Supreme Court rulings into the 60s saying it's not a privilege to drive. That's why you still in most states can't stop a tractor or other farm implement as long as they have the safety orange diamond on them. They don't have to have registration. And I say this so the cops go, oh, that's right. He must be telling the truth. Just go look it up. I mean, I don't have time to pull it all up right now and show people, but they're now saying it's a privilege to own guns. No, it's not. No, it's not. And the police know that's not true because there hasn't been 70, 80 years of brainwashing yet, but they're trying. That the right to self-defense is a privilege. No, it's an inherent right. The police have no responsibility to protect you. They're there to come grab you, to take you to the court, to take you to the jury, the grand jury, once someone's committed a crime. Now, if they can stop a crime and they see it happening, they should take action. The same common law goes to citizens. Just 50 years ago, if you saw your neighbor's house being robbed and you didn't do something, you get in trouble. So you have a responsibility to render aid. But there's no liability if you don't because you didn't know, basically. And the police sit on that all day. Well, that's fine. I have a right to defend myself, and I have a right to travel. The problem is the police are so ignorant, just like the public, that they really believe you've got to have a license and registration and insurance. And notice they can just keep raising the insurance now until it's cost prohibitive for most people to have a car, and that's going to be the next phase. And then taxes by the mile, and all of that's being announced. I told you 20 years ago, now it's being announced. I read it in establishment publications back then. So I've just tried to warn people, I'm not a hero, I just know what I'm talking about. Okay? It's not hard. If you want to read Eco-Science or Tragedy and Hope or the Anglo-American Establishment or the Technotronic Era, or if you want to read Order of the Death's Head, or if you want to read Mein Kampf, if you want to read Lord Acton's letters, if you want to read Lord Milner's letters from the other perspective, if you want to read Cecil Rhodes' writings, if you want to read the 5 or 6 nonfiction books of H.G. Wells or of all these other people. I mean, I've read it all. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of books. That's why I know the battle plan. And I know it's not as fun as Ballgate or Inflategate or Deflategate or whatever the stupid thing's called. But it's pretty darn important. Let's go to Jay in North Carolina. Jay, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. Thanks so much. I want to say first off, you guys are all rock stars. Thanks so much for everything else you guys do.
Oh, you're a sweetheart, man. I want to thank you.
I had a couple of things.